Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kylie and today we are going to be taking a look at planning for 2020.
Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive.
So this planner, the Beautiful Life Planner, was a happy planner that I had all last year. It's the happy planner that I worked out of. It's the happy planner that really got me into the happy planner disc system. And I just love how beautiful it looks. I loved the inserts so much that I actually went to Michael's, bought really pretty construction paper, and I salvaged the inserts so that I could use them for other projects or for other planners. So we are going to be looking at 2020 for my author business plan. This is a rough business plan. It's more or less a little bit of a roadmap of where I'm going, and it's not the quote-unquote business plan that I have officially done up. That one's personal, private. That one is get into the nitty-gritty. It is the actual business plan, so to speak. This is more of like the roadmap, everyday planner, making sure that I'm on task for what my goals and my aspirations are. So when you open it up, it has this beautiful little lei that I actually saved. I salvaged this. So it says happy and grateful, and it has a cup of coffee, which is amazing because I love coffee, and I am happy and grateful for all of the work that I get to do. And it was a June panel, but I covered it up and said business plan. So from there, we turn it over, and this is kind of the paper that I used to scrap it. And what is going to be on here eventually is going to be my vision board. I am going to put pictures and, things I want to accomplish in color, printed out on here with little notes to myself. But that is not done yet. I have to go get those printed from Staples because I do not have a color printer. So now we get into the nitty-gritty. This is Your Author Business Plan, and it is made by Sarah Cannon from HeartBreathings. I took her Publish and Thrive course, and it is an amazing course. Highly recommend it. Go take it whenever it's open next. It is whether you're an experienced author or just starting out, it's a good refresher course of all of the things that you may have been told before that you've forgotten or that you don't remember. It's just very positive. It's very good. I can't say enough good things about it. So this next page is called Your Business Roadmap. And it basically she gives you some instructions, and then you get to choose for this plan how many years you actually want to be looking forward, whether it be a year, 2, 3, etc. So I decided to do a 1 to 3 year plan to look at this next year and also look at 3 years ahead of time, because 5 just seems to be too far. And I like working in 3 year increments anyway, so that's really good. So on here, you will notice that there are some pink slips. Those are things I can't share, won't share, or haven't announced yet, so they're not shareable. But as you can see, focus number 1 is your book. So the first question, this is all about what you want to write. How many books do you want to publish? I said 5 to 6 a year. How many do you want to write? 4 to 5 a year. And then you list your genres, very specific, even to the subgenres. And then if you're going to be writing books that are standalone titles or continual or connected series. And so the only one I can really show you is Claymore Project, because that's the one I'm currently working on. I am all caught up with the Legend series, so I really have no other work that I am working on other than Claymore and the rest of that series saga. So the next part is taking a look at what you can do. What do you think you can accomplish in your publishing? So they asked the question of how many books do you usually write in your series? I usually write anywhere from a duet, so 2 books, to 7, which is how big Legend was. My average, I would like to be around 5. And then it asks how long or how fast do you want to publish? And I have chosen on 60 days or every 2 months. That would mean I would publish 5 to 6 times a year. How fast do you think you can actually finish the series? Depending on when you start a series, that will determine the end date. But usually for me, I want it to be a year or 2 years. Do you plan to publish more than 1 series during this time? Explain below. And so this one, I said no. I got distracted when I was working on Legend. A series that should have taken me 2 years, maybe 3 at most, took me 4 years to complete. And I had, like I said, I was very distracted. The only exception I will take is if I am hybrid published, say I get an agent, I sell a book, that sort of thing. But I will never do it in the same genre because I feel like that takes my attention. And that's just my preference. So in this portion, it asks any other notes that you may have. And I just said I want to have 3 to 4 books ready ready to go. Most likely it'll be 3 starting the 4th book, but I do want to have 3 books down that I know that when I start publishing in July, September, and November, I will be able to publish boom, boom, boom. So readers will know exactly when it's out. There will not be any wait like there was with Legend, because really that kills hype. And I don't want to push myself to release every 6 weeks because as a reader, for me, I know that there's an algorithm. I know that that's how you stay relevant. But for me, I don't want to fatigue my readers. And I want them to actually look forward to a book release. I want them to read it once or twice, get the audiobook, relish in it, and then get really excited after, the first 45 days and be like, it's so soon, it's coming out. So for me, that just seems realistic for my readers, but also realistic for me on my end as the writer. So then focus 2 is your author platform, and I love this. I've gotten so much into branding, so much into being consistent. I fought against it for so long, and I have accepted my genre and my passions now, and I am so freaking excited to move forward. So colors that I use for my site, if you go to my website, KylieStewartAuthor.com, you will see purple or plum, silver, and olive or sage green. You'll also see elegant or old school fonts, but if I ever turn to an old school font, I would definitely want it to be readable. And my theme is very fantasy, paranormal, kind of not necessarily fairy-esque, but very mystical. And I have a logo under here that I haven't gotten done yet, that I haven't shown anybody, because it's going to be my logo for everything, and I'm super excited about it. It means a lot to me too, has a lot of personal meaning, so that is that. Then down here, it kind of asks what your mood is, and I would say dark adventure with hints of romance and elegance. This talks about little social media, your socials. So I have a Facebook fan group, a Facebook fan page, then I have a group for readers, a reader group. I have my Instagram, my Twitter, and a YouTube channel, which obviously this is. But these are all linked through my Instagram. So I post 5 to 6 times a week. Holidays are a little bit different, but I post usually once a day, so I'm not overkilling people with notifications, because I know that I hate getting overkilled with notifications. So that is how I do it. I link everything through, and if I have something to throw up on my website, my blog, on Amazon or something like that, my blog is linked through my Amazon author page, so everything is linked. Here is how do you plan your author website. So I do have a website, I have a hosting, and I have a blog on that site, and there's just some things that I want to talk about more in depth, especially gaming and anime and voiceover. That is something that is really near and dear to my heart. That is what I do. I'm getting a lot of really great roles to play, and I want to share more about that voice acting experience, that voice acting nerddom, in case that interests people. Because there are more sides to me than just a writer and a nerd. And then down here, it's kind of asking for your mailing list. And right now I am on MailChimp and I have 1,300 people because I haven't really been focusing much on my mailing list. However, I have been getting some organic traffic, which I'm super thankful and grateful for, because I would rather have organic traffic and less than people who just sign up for no reason, like a click farm type of a deal. And then this is just some ideas of how you can entice people to join. And I plan to do giveaways. I plan to do novellas if you sign up, or if you sign up, or if you are signed up for my newsletter. I do plan to have a couple of novellas in the Claymore Saga, which I will be giving away for free if you're signed up for my newsletter. And then down here, it's asking you all of your socials that you have, and I listed mine below. So here is also asking about your reach. For 2020, it asks, how big do you want to build your mailing list? So for 2020, I want to build between 1,000 people to 3,000 people to my list, which I think is totally doable. And then over the next 3 years, I want 3,000 to 8,000 people, which again, I think is totally doable. Here, it also goes into more ways that you can, entice people. And down here, it's what am I doing on other platforms to, bring people in. So I have my AuthorTube. I have another YouTube channel planned that will come in the new year for more nerddom / it's writing, but it's also more nerddom things. Then I have my Amazon, my BookBub, and BookFunnel, which I need to get. I don't have a BookFunnel yet. There's a lot of money that you have to spend in indie publishing. It's not a walk in the park, and there's a lot of things you need to research and get to know and make sure it's going to work for you. BookBub is something that I have, but I am going to be going for BookBub ads this year to try and get an actual featured ad with them. And then Red Feather Romance is also another really good promo company, much like BookBub, that I am going to be courting, quote unquote, this year whenever Claymore gets out. So now we're going to talk about money. My income goals. So I'm not going to be shy. I want to make money off of writing. I have a passion for writing. I would do it just for myself if I couldn't make money off of it. But because I'm an indie and because I can, I want to. And I'm not ashamed about that. I want to share stories with all walks of life, all types of people, and if I make a little money doing it, that's great. So for 2020, my goal is to make $10,000 just from selling my books, because I am going to be going wide. I really feel like that is a doable goal, because over the course of 12 months, even if I get like $1,500 or $1,200 a month, eventually that will add up to 10 grand at the end of the year. And that's definitely better than I did this year. So, and then over 3 years, I want to make anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 off of my books. And again, this will all be a work in progress. And down here just says, what are your reasonings for that goal, for these money goals, these income goals? And it's basically because I want to make a full-time living off of my writing and voiceover. And then down here, it kind of asks you what your strategy is. So I have my projected ebook, novella, paperback, and then audiobook, which I really don't have any control over the audiobook money, how much these are charged, because it's Audible picks that. And then ebook, obviously $3.99, novella $1.99, paperback, depending on how long it is, anywhere from $10 to $18. And then, unless it's like an epically huge book, then it goes higher. And then I kind of have a little bit of a strategy on a lost leader. The first book of the Legend series eventually will be free across all platforms. Book 2 will be 99 cents, and every book after that will be $3.99 or $2.99, depending on what I want to land on. And I have a little sticker here that says, "Tell your money exactly where to go, and you'll not wonder where it went." And that's very true. Very, very true. So here is just some different marketing strategies that they have written down, and some things to remind yourself of so you don't get distracted. I really like the way she set this up because it is very mindful. It is very much, what do you want out of your career, and be honest about it. So down here is focus 4, your career goals. Career goals are very simple. I want to make a full-time go at this as a writer. I want to have some awards, if possible, in my back pocket. And of course, there's the bestseller lists. And we can take each one as they come. And then there are some little, admissions of why are these milestones so important to you? And those are private, and those are mine, so I'm not necessarily going to share them. Then on this page, she has how you plan to pursue those goals, any steps you need to take, anything you need to do to stay focused, to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful. Focus 5 is systems and processes, which is basically how you're publishing. So I'm publishing direct to Kobo, Barnes & Noble Press, Amazon iBooks, and Google Play. And these are the different audio platforms for audiobooks. I go through ACX or Audible right now. And then what processes do you use to write? I write from Word. I have always since I was a kid. I have purchased Vellum for myself, so I do all my own formatting, and it's a wonderful, wonderful program. I highly recommend it. It will pay for itself within 3 books. And then I also got Scrivener this last time from NaNoWriMo, so I'm going to play with Scrivener for my high fantasy books. That way I can keep all of my notes in one place. And then down here is just a process. What system or process do you have to track your monetary income? And I do plan to make an Excel sheet or a weekly, monthly spread to put in here for tracking 2020 money. Since I will be having more than just an Amazon account, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 other, technically 5 with ACX. I'll have 5 other avenues of income. I do need to keep that in place. Then down here, it's just making sure you have the basics, your newsletter, your website and your website hosting, your socials in place, and how you plan to schedule these socials, any kind of graphic thing that you need. I also want to write down BookBrush. I'm actually going to mention that right here. BookBrush is like $100 per year, and it is a little place where you can go and create your own book ads, which is very, very cool. And then some things are, how are you going to make this all work? I want to stay ahead of schedule, meaning I always want to have a buildup of books in the back end. So that is why I'm taking this 7-month break from December to middle of July to kind of get myself ready for 2020. And then schedule auto posts for blogs, for socials, comments, and stuff like that, so that everything is as easy on me as possible. Because as an indie author, you do everything. You are the writer, the editor, you are the financial person, you're the marketing and promo person. And I say editor, like you are your own self-editor, and you are the person who gets to choose, will it be edited, won't it be edited? So, and then from there, I just added on my goals 1, 2, and 3 for the year. I am not shy about these. I would love to become a USA Today bestselling author to start. I would love to make $3,000 from my books every month. And I would love to write a successful paranormal series and release across all platforms as well as audio. And I really think these are very, very, very doable goals. The USA Today might be a little bit harder because that is all, that takes into consideration a little bit more than just money and, you know, things of that sort. That's an actual thing within of itself, but I'm going to aim high. The next page is future goals, and I cannot show you that because I haven't said, there's a lot of things on there that I'm going to be working on that I haven't said. So my goal today is going to be going through these project brainstorms, which I already have on a rough draft sheet. So for goal 1, 2, and 3, these are all the projects that I will need to accomplish in order to make these goals and this other page happen. These are the things that are going to be broken down to put here. So from the project brainstorm, there's going to be certain projects that I'm going to have to complete in order to meet my goals. From those projects, they will be broken into my project planner as tasks. These tasks will be put on little stickies like this, and they will be put on my Kanban board. This is a part of Sarah Cannon's heart breathing system. This is a part of her planner system and goal system. And this is what attaches to the Kanban boards. And then obviously there are 4 other tabs here. There is, let me move this over. There is my release plan, my budget plan, my marketing plan, and my promotional plan. My release plan, I can show you how I set this up, but I'm not going to actually show you my release plan because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I want to be surprised. Budget plan, I'll probably go over a mock one looking at things that I do for myself, for my business, for each book, how much it actually costs me to write and edit and cover and promote and market a book. My marketing plan, which will include all of the Facebook demographic ad testing information. And then the promo plan will be what promo companies I use, if any, anything like BookBub or Red Feather, that sort of thing. ARCs, how well the ARCs did, how many reviews I have coming in on release day, etc. So that is it, guys. That is my Beautiful Life Planner author business plan for 2020. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you would love to get this system that I believe Sarah Cannon has her author business plan set up, if you sign up for her newsletter or if you go watch her channel, I'm sure you can find where she has all of her printable PDFs down below. No, I believe most of this information she does have for free. However, some pieces that I took out of the HB90 planner system that she has created, you have to get to on Etsy, which I will link down below. So thanks guys so much for hanging out. It's a little bit different video, but I am so excited for 2020. I am ready to put everything down on paper and just kill it this year with no distractions, with a heading that I am proud and happy to work with, and a plan that is bulletproof, like I said, to distractions. So from me to you guys, I'll catch you in the next one. One love.